Tonight, approved for use. 2 new drugs are given the green light to treat the coronavirus in Wisconsin. Plus, holiday travel, what to expect on the roads and in the skies for this very unconventional Thanksgiving weekend. But first, and distance learning continues. Duluth School District unveils new plans during the pandemic, what it means for students.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Kristen is off tonight. Again today, Minnesota saw a large uptick in new coronavirus cases. According to the Minnesota Department of Health, Minnesota saw nearly 6,500 new confirmed cases today, along with 38 more deaths. Meanwhile, in Wisconsin, numbers are on the rise again as well. There are 6,200 newly confirmed cases, and a new record for reported deaths has been set at 104. And finally, in Michigan, nearly 6,300 new cases have been reported and 145 new deaths. And in Wisconsin, at least 2 drugs have received emergency approval to treat the coronavirus. Rhonda Fox gives us a look at what they are and how they work.
Thanks to UW-Madison's clinical trials, Regeneron is one of the latest drugs approved to treat the coronavirus, which may eventually help overburdened hospitals.
The Regeneron monoclonal antibody cocktail has just been approved by the FDA with an EUA or emergency use authorization, so that the medicine that they've found in outpatients now to be effective at keeping people out of the hospital, out of ICUs.
Vaccines are for the prevention of developing COVID-19, but Regeneron is for people who actually have contracted the coronavirus.
This is one of the very few safe and effective treatments that's been approved to this point for use of patients, especially outpatients who have become infected.
I was very mild. I had the normal. I felt bad one day, maybe 1.5 days, just run down, tired, fatigue. Had a cough, a wheezy, kind of dry, itchy throat, constant cough for a couple days. I got the drug in me shortly after that, within 3 days of that positive test.
Lane says he spent about 6 hours receiving Regeneron intravenously.
For most of that 6 hours, they're just monitoring you to make sure you don't have a negative reaction to anything. Blood work, a couple of nasal angio tests.
Regeneron is time-consuming to administer, which may be one of a few disadvantages.
Probably the largest con is getting enough of it. The limited supply of the drug creates concern. Identifying those patients really early on that could benefit is a concern.
Doctors say Regeneron lessens the time and severity of the coronavirus.
The patients who have high viral load and haven't created their own antibody response yet, when we give them Regeneron here, we are able to detect that viral load to decrease somewhere between 90 and 99%.
I just feel like I got better faster. My symptoms went away faster than the other 2. I'm very glad I was a part of it. Fortunate, actually blessed.
Another drug to treat the coronavirus is being tested right here in Wisconsin, and the name may be more complex to pronounce than the actual administering of the drug.
So we call it Bam Bam. Okay. That's our affectionate name for it because we're unable to say it. You're going to spend about 2.5 hours getting it, about an hour of getting it, an hour of observation, about a half an hour of setup time.
Both drugs have shown promise, which outweighs the disadvantages for high-risk patients.
The fact that it's safe, effective, people felt better, I think overall this is a promising step forward.
Regeneron was used to help the president recover from the coronavirus earlier this year. 200,000 doses of the drug are expected to be available by the end of the year. And we're learning students in Duluth schools will keep learning from home through the new year. District officials made that announcement during the city's virtual COVID-19 update today. CBS3's Ryan Campo reports on the reason behind the decision.
Distance learning will continue in Duluth until January 1st, 2021. Superintendent John Magus said they made the decision now so parents have time to prepare.
We know that this is a sacrifice. We know that this is hard for families. It's a hard thing for me to call as a superintendent. It's not something that any of us ever would want to do.
With the sharp rise in local coronavirus cases, Duluth schools have seen an increase in students and staff testing positive.
In certain circumstances, ability to find substitute teachers or substitute workers in other areas like facilities to clean and also our clericals and many other roles, it's a challenge right now.
With this hard time, Magus announced the school district will also put together a new mental health page for anyone struggling.
We're working with our executive board, the student body, as well as the athletic directors and members of our sports team to get the message out around this and also get the message out around the safety precautions and mental health resources we have.
He says the goal is to ensure everyone is ready to return to in-person learning when they can.
You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. And right now, this is the only choice we have, is to be strong, to lift together.
The district says they will await further guidance from the governor's office and other state officials when making decisions about athletics and other after-school activities. Let's check in on the weather now. Dave, is it still snowing out there? How are we looking?
We're looking like we're improving on the Minnesota side of the border, and still maybe a little more snow to come down for Wisconsin and the UP. To help try to prove the point here, we take a look at downtown Two Harbors, where there's a little bit of fresh snow on the ground, and the streets are wet from that low-pressure system that brought a 60% chance of snow today. That paid off for just about everybody in the region. It paid off a little bit thicker in Minnesota than Wisconsin and the UP. Well, here's the situation now then. The snowmaking low is starting to depart, and you, of course, can still see a band of precip trying to form up in parts of Wisconsin towards the Upper Peninsula. Bottom line for Wednesday, the low will be gone, the precip will be gone, but the clouds will linger. Higher pressure eventually building in for Thanksgiving will start to clear us up, but for Wednesday it should be mostly cloudy to overcast. A little bit warmer than normal. Daytime start at 30, afternoon finish at 35 is almost 5 degrees warmer than normal. We'll talk about how long that's going to stick around, and we'll talk about how long the sun will stick around, because after Thanksgiving we should become sunny, and it may stay that way for a lot of days.
Thanks, Dave. Well, it's a snowy start to the long Thanksgiving holiday weekend, causing some travel troubles on the road. In the air, it's a different story, with fewer people taking to the skies. CBS 3's Emma Quinn joins us live from the Duluth airport. Emma, fewer travels and plenty more restrictions this year. What are airport officials asking travelers to do before they get on board this?
So, Tony, as you can imagine, the airport is not looking like it was last year. Last year, there were tons of travelers and airplanes taking off to different destinations. This year, you could almost hear a pin drop. It's so quiet, and that's largely due to the pandemic.
This isn't what you normally expect to see at the Duluth airport during the week of Thanksgiving.
As always, holiday travel tends to just be busy because folks are trying to get to their families wherever they're spending the holidays.
COVID-19 has lowered the number of air travelers, but airport officials say the trend is turning around.
Passengers slowly continuing to come back. We're ahead of the trend. We're still not where we were last year, quite obviously, but seeing positive growth is definitely a great thing.
Meanwhile, Minnesota Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan is asking Minnesotans to stay home and avoid the airports.
But we're asking people to keep it safe this year, and to only gather with people who live within your own immediate home.
For those who are traveling, the Duluth airport has implemented COVID-19 safety precautions, including mask signage, social distancing barriers, and hand sanitizer. And while they do want to get you to your destination, they say think twice before getting on the plane.
For some folks, I know they're getting tested prior to travel just to ensure that they are in fact negative. But, you know, just being really smart and considerate of yourself and everybody around you.
A small or virtual Thanksgiving this year, going a long way, experts say, in the fight against COVID-19.
I look forward to people having full tables next year, and, you know, we're going to do that because of Minnesotans.
Now, officials from the airport say they have heard from Delta and United Airlines, and they are very pleased with the air travel they're seeing coming in and out of DLH. And of course, Tony, they are continuing to practice those COVID-19 safety guidelines when they're in the air.
Emma, a lot of new rules and regulations for flyers and travelers to keep track of. What resources are available for those people?
So, Tony, the Duluth International Airport has a link on their website with all the guidelines, any CDC recommended travel guidelines, and you can find that link on our website at cbs3duluth.com.
Emma Quinn live at the airport for us tonight. Thanks, Emma. Well, it's now down to just one permit needed to start the Line 3 replacement pipeline project in Minnesota. The Minnesota Public Utilities Commission gave the green light today for Enbridge's $2.6 billion project. The state authorization comes just a day after the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers issued a final federal permits for the project. All that remains now is a final stormwater permit from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency before construction can begin. The pipeline is already completed in North Dakota and Wisconsin. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, have you filled out your Douglas County Internet survey? How filling out this could keep you connected, coming up next.
If today's precip in Duluth was all rain, it would have added up to 1/10 of an inch. Do the times 10 factor, about an inch worth of snow. That's about all we got here today, indeed, for much of the area. And it should be gone by tomorrow. I'll talk about what's to follow today's precip coming up right after a break.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
This winter, beat the cold with an Up North hat. Michigan-made, these warm hats are expertly stitched with soft fabric, perfect for protecting you from whatever Mother Nature throws your way. Visit our website today at upnorthhats.com.
Wow, a new Buick for me?
To James, from James. That's just what I wanted.
Is this a new Buick?
I Secret Santed myself.
I shouldn't have. I have been very good this year.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
This year turned Black Friday into Buick Friday, all month long. Now during Buick Friday, pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Buick SUV models.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
I was stuck in a gray area. The first treatment, I actually laughed and scared myself because I hadn't heard myself laugh in years.
Visit us online. Be well with us at Ketamine North Infusion.
Maurice's and the Greater Downtown Council thank you for shopping local this holiday season. We love our local businesses, and there's something for everyone on your shopping list.
Indigenous First Arts and Gift Shop showcases a wide variety of Indigenous and diverse artists, authors, and farmers. Right now, we are offering special pricing on curated gifts, packages, and handbags by local artisans. We appreciate your continuous support. Shop online at indigenousfirst.org.
Minnesota Power's mobile app puts the power at your fingertips and lets you take My Account with you wherever you go. Pay your bill, make account changes, track your energy use, and get power outage information anytime, anywhere. Minnesota Power, we're moving energy forward.
Give the perfect gift this holiday season, a getaway on Lake Superior. For the month of December, buy $150 in gift cards and receive a $25 bonus. With safety measures in place to make sure you and yours stay healthy, gift a getaway to the Inn on Lake Superior.
On behalf of everyone at Maurice's and the Greater Downtown Council, we wish you the happiest of holidays.
Today, we help people. We help them shine bright. Walk with confidence. Help them play like the kid they are. Even plan for a healthy future. Outpatient surgery excellence. Lake Walk Surgery Center.
It is the question that matters the most.
¿Dónde está?
That takes you behind the story.
Robert.
It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust.
Who did all of this?
And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
that's news,
and our freedom fade. This is why.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
First, let's talk about the road conditions as a low-pressure system slowly eases through our area. Not quite so easy going road-wise in the Arrowhead of Minnesota, partially covered from the snow that came down there. Not horrible, but still worthy of keeping your attention focused on the driving. Around the rest of the region, to the west and to the south and off to the east through Wisconsin and Michigan, road conditions still good. Road crews doing a great job of keeping things moving around here. And once we get into tomorrow, the precip should be gone and just might stay away for upwards of a week. We'll talk about the 7-day forecast in a few more moments, but right now we have the current conditions from Duluth International. 33 degrees, current temp there, warmer than normal. Relative humidity, 92%. Southwest wind, it's going 5 miles per hour, and our air pressure creeping upwards now just a little bit, back towards normal, 1,013 millibars. That's a sign that higher pressure is coming our way, which will slowly clear our sky. Won't tonight or even tomorrow, but the process should begin on Thanksgiving. Right now, looking at a line of 33s from Watersmeet to Ironwood and into Ashland, and Washburn and Bayfield probably aren't too far off the mark because it only increases to 34 as you go way down towards Hayward and Cable, 32 Solon Springs and Superior, and Moose Lake, plus 2 harbors, 30 up the Gunflint to Silver Bay and over to Ely and Orr, and then 31 from Hibbing up towards International Falls, 32 Grand Rapids. Low temps tonight could get into the lower 20s inland Minnesota, but many of the rest of us by the lake and into Wisconsin, the UP, and east central Minnesota could be around 30 degrees. So the cloud cover isn't going to allow temperatures to take a very big variation here. All right, Doppler map right now shows snow showers in Minnesota are wrapping up, and snow showers in Wisconsin and Michigan should wrap up fairly quickly as well. We should be on the drier side by 8 here in Minnesota, 9 for Wisconsin and the UP. And then for tomorrow, still cloudy but dry because we'll be on the tail end of the low pressure system keeping those clouds up. From Wednesday into Thursday, higher pressure starts to approach our region, and then we get at least some partial sunshine for Thanksgiving and perhaps a whole lot of sunshine as early as Friday. Then this persistent high pressure system could dominate the rest of our 7-day forecast, which we'll show you now. Tonight in Minnesota, low temperatures. Well, the range will go from 22 inland to 31 by the lake, with the precip ending near 8. Should end near 9 for Wisconsin and the UP, like we mentioned, with lows there, upper 20s to about 30. For tomorrow, I'm thinking mostly cloudy Wisconsin and the UP with highs from 36 to 39. Minnesota highs should go from about 33 to 36 with a mostly cloudy sky, which again gives way towards partial sunshine for Thanksgiving, and then a clear to partly cloudy sky on Friday. 40 degrees and sunny will be like a summer memory for us here, Tony, but not great news for snow fans.
For
Frankly,
sure.
We're not going to get that much this week. Didn't get too much today, and then it's high and dry all the way through next Tuesday.
At 40 on Saturday, 37 on Thursday. Might just melt all that fresh snow we got today.
Oh, boy.
Just can't win.
It's not that great news. I got an old vintage Yamaha I want to fire up and take for a ride.
Well, we'll cross our fingers for a nice 6 inches or something
all right,
in
thanks,
the future.
Tones.
Thanks, Dave. Well, if you live or own a business in Douglas County and you want better internet access, listen up. The Northwest Regional Planning Commission in Wisconsin is urging Douglas County residents to fill out their internet survey that was sent by mail in November. The survey is hoping to identify where internet service exists, the quality of it, learning how it's being used, along with the cost of broadband. IT Administrator at DiscoverPC.net, Travis Elm, says the survey is vital for the future and could save you a trip and some money.
One of the benefits of filling this out is that the less likely of having to bring something in for, hey, I think my computer has a problem, but really it's the internet connection, your stability connection, you know.
The deadline to respond is December 1st. Log on to our website for more information. Minnesota's governor rolled out a new proposal today aimed at helping struggling families and businesses survive during the pandemic. Governor Tim Walz said the legislation would help businesses through direct grant funding, waiving fees, and putting evictions on hold. It would support families by extending unemployment benefits for 13 weeks, helping the 100,000 workers whose benefits run out at the end of next month. It would also give $500 each to struggling families, along with provisions to put food on the table. Walz called it a significant proposal and says he wants to work with the legislature to get it passed quickly.
The speed with which we move some of these things can really make a difference, both in terms materially for these folks, but I also think it sends a strong signal that we are united to fight COVID-19.
House Republicans also unveiled their economic relief proposal featuring a $400 million grant program for businesses. a 3-month delay in sales tax collections, and some license fee cuts. Governor Walz says he's open to ideas and wants to work across the aisle to get meaningful relief passed. Still ahead in sports, for the first time in over 100 years, the Gophers will not battle Wisconsin for Paul Bunyan's axe. Kelly has details coming up.
Fond du Lac Casino is hiring. Apply today.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Keeping yourself and your family safe from germs and bacteria is made easy with Cetus ultraviolet technology for sterilization. Through time-tested ultraviolet irradiation, killing 99% of dangerous microbes is simple and effortless. UV light technology is faster and more reliable than water-based disinfectants. Now easier than ever to live germ-free. Visit www.cetusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
Make this the best holiday ever with the True Love Guarantee from Numi Jewelers. Give the gift of shimmering diamonds. This diamond earring and pendant set is $199 now through Small Business Saturday. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
It's Chevy Truck Month. It's Deck Building Month. It's Toy Hauling Month. It's Explore New Ground Month. It's the month to get things done. Make it your own and make every month Chevy Truck Month.
Get a total value of $5,500 on this 2020 Silverado Crew Cab pickup. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance towards the purchase of eligible accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, we help your family see well. We check your child's need for glasses, and we screen for problems which are best treated early in life. We test your parents for diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma. These often have no early symptoms, so regular eye exams are important. And we care for you, providing routine and emergency care for your lifetime. Call now to schedule an appointment at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Okay, Mr. Medicare figure-outer. One last question. What's the cost?
For many, Part A is free. Cost goes up the more parts you add. But UCare has Medicare Advantage plans that come with everything you need.
Sounds good. And so does your bike. Now.
Yeah, thanks to you, she's purring like a kitten on a bed of yarn.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, I just made it up. You can steal it for your bike shop.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve. Come join our team. Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
Live Local CBS3. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It has been a rough week for the Gopher football team, and it's only Tuesday. They were forced to cancel their in-person activities today due to COVID-19 related issues. But as a result of the COVID outbreak, the Gophers and the Badgers will not battle for Paul Bunyan's axe this weekend. As reported first by the Star Tribune, the game will not go on as scheduled due to COVID-19 concerns. The team originally paused practice today with the hopes of resuming tomorrow. The Gophers missed 22 players in last week's Purdue game. Head coach PJ Fleck said half were for COVID-19 positive tests. It's just the second time in 130 years that the two teams will not square off. This is the Gophers' first no contest of the year and the Badgers' third. That means that the Badgers are automatically eliminated from Big Ten title contention. To say that this has been a different start to a college hockey season for junior captain Noah Cates would be an understatement. It was back in the spring that the Stillwater native took over the C for Nick Wolf and Hunter Shepard. It's now about 8 months later, and Noah and company have yet to see a game. So what is it like to lead the charge in unprecedented times? Because of COVID health and safety restrictions, players have to dress away from the arena. The only time they really see one another altogether is on the ice.
A huge part of any team and kind of building a championship team. Like I saw my freshman year, how close we were and how big that was to playing into our success in the pod. We're hoping to be able to be together more, play some cards, kind of have that bus trip, that time in the hotel, the little stories, just kind of having fun and being able to be around each other. So we're obviously all looking forward to that, but there's definitely been those challenges.
Noah says it's been a challenge to navigate at times, saying what the team has done, what they can, scheduling golf outings and other socially distanced outdoor activities. Head coach Scott Sandelin speaks to Noah and the other 3 captains, as well as the other upperclassmen in their leadership during this time.
He's such an example, I think, as a leader, right? I think for me, that's one of the things that's impressed me the most since he's been here is every day he comes to the rink and he's got a purpose to what he's doing. He wants to get better. He's always doing something to make his game better. He's not told by a coach every day he's got to do this. He's just, you know, to me as a coach and as a coaching staff, that's what you love in your leaders is guys you don't have to say a lot to that are very self-motivated and set a good example for your team. And I think he's one of those guys that does that.
And UMD faces Denver for their first game of the NCHC bubble. That starts next week, and that's a game you can catch on My9 Sports, along with almost all of UMD's games from the bubble down in Omaha, Nebraska. UMD drops the puck for their first game of the bubble on December 2nd against the 5th-ranked Pioneers. Here's an overview of the schedule. You can head to our website, CBS3Duluth.com, and click on the Sports tab for an updated schedule as well. It is subject to change. Boy, I cannot wait. And I know the guys cannot wait to drop the puck. That's going to do it for sports for now. We'll mark here back tonight at 10. Tony, I'll send it back to you.
All right, looking forward to hockey. Thanks, Kelly. Well, back in our producer's home state of Utah, many folks believe that aliens exist. Utah public safety officers found something deep in a remote desert that seems just a little bit out of this world. The officers were stunned when they stumbled on a mysterious chrome monolith standing upright deep in the desert. If you've seen the 1968 film 2001, A Space Odyssey, you'll likely see the resemblance to the monolith at the beginning of the movie. Now, pilot Brett Hutchings actually referenced the film when he was commenting on the find. He guessed that maybe the object was placed by an artist who was a fan of the movie, but who knows? It might have been those aliens. Who knows, Dave? You think it might have been the aliens? Or you think maybe placed by some sort of collector or, you know, as a tribute to the movie?
I think it's HAL 9000 from the movie because it's always after Dave.
Yeah.
And now after that, we take a look at the 7-day forecast. Dave says HAL doesn't know what it's talking about because I hand-formulated this forecast. And snow should end in a couple of hours around our region tonight, but still staying cloudy for Wednesday. High near 35 is almost 5 degrees warmer than normal. Then for Thursday on Thanksgiving, shouldn't be a bad day to give thanks despite 2020. We'll have partial sunshine and a high temp of 37 degrees. Then it gets sunnier for Friday and for Saturday. High temps go towards 40. Which isn't that great news for snow fans, but then it starts to cool Sunday through Tuesday, but it does stay dry. Looks like a dry spell here from Thursday, at least until next Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again at 10.